What is up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Vantage Point Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've been back to back, fam. We've been back to back in it so far. So if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the podcast. The link is in my bio. Also, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And also, family, truly, I appreciate all of you who are sharing it with those around you. I see the shares. I see you guys telling people about it. You guys telling me the stories, how people responded to, how they felt watching the show. So thank you so much for doing so. And with that being said, let's just jump into it. We see the world as we are. No matter how great your intentions may be, people will receive what is being said from their level of perception. Some people won't understand until they grow into the person who will. The caption I put on this is: the day one sees the truth for themselves, it's mind blowing. We see the world as we are. This is one of the most important things I can ever say, right? Because if you can understand that the world is in your head, now think about it. If you can see that the world is in your head, meaning what I see is backed by what I care about, what I prioritize, what I value, what I find important, the moves I've been making, my experiences, my memory, what I consume, my conditioning, my beliefs, everything creates what I see. Everything about me creates what I see, which means everything about you in the current position you are in makes so much sense. But for so many people, it's hard for them to accept this, right? Because it's easy to blame others. It's easy to look at your situation. It's not all my fault though. It's like I wasn't, I didn't choose to be born in this environment, or I didn't choose to do this, and this is what I've been told. This is what I've been conditioned by. Yes, in a lot of ways you are true, but to blame that and not say that at this moment it's a brand new moment, to not look at this very second as a brand new second, a brand new moment, there's something there, fam. There's something there to look at. There's something there that we must observe and study. Because you can blame the past, but the past no longer exists, right? You could blame memory, you can blame imagination, but it does not exist. What matters is where you are at this moment in time, and how, with a shift in perspective, it can completely change the course of your life moving forward. But what I've learned is, for many people, they're so stuck to their ways that when it comes to changing their life, the last thing they think about changing is themselves. The last thing people think about changing is a story that they've accepted, a conclusion that they've accepted about their life, about themselves. So they go through life with these conclusions, these stamps. I am this. This is me. This is what I do. This is how I am. This is how I've been raised. I'm not changing, or I'm not observing it, or I'm not studying it. I'm not going to look to understand it. This is just the way it is. This is what I'm afraid of. This is what I'm willing to do. This is how, this is what's good, bad, right, or wrong. These are my beliefs. This is whatever it is, right? All of it is you. Now, it's not a problem until you start complaining about it. It's not a problem until you start getting the results of who you are, right? You get the results of being you, and then that's where there's sadness, and that's when there's misery, and that's where you get these results that you say you don't want, but then you continue to do what you do without question. So, if you can see that the world is in your head in a real way, right? Let's before we get into that, let's look at this video alone, right? How there could be thousands of people, hundreds of people seeing this one video and have a different priority, a different perception of what they got out of it, right? Wow, when you said this, it clicked. Wow, when I saw you do this, it made sense. Or people are seeing this, or people are saying, Oh man, you offended me when you said this. Oh, you're doing it. People are seeing what they want to see, no matter what my intentions are. No matter what my intentions are, one will receive this from their point of view. You are seeing this through the eyes of what you prioritize, and just everything about you is downloading this information, is going through a filter, right? My intention is this. Then it goes through you, it goes through this filter, and then you receive it based on what you want to see, right? You receive it based on what you want to receive. You get what you want to receive, fam. That means whatever you prioritize, whatever you care about, whoever you are, it's going to hit you in a certain way. So if you can understand that the world is in your head, you will start questioning what you see, right? Because if you don't like a result, you don't go off and say, oh, it's other people. No, no, no. If you don't like a result, you start looking at yourself and say, okay, if I don't like something or like a result, if I don't like this position I'm in, what about me needs to change? This is why I say some people won't understand until they grow into the person who will. Just think about those times when you were younger, you someone told you something, you're like, or even a month ago, a week ago, or whenever, right? At one point in your life, someone told you something, it didn't hit, but then when you went through life, you went through the experience, you went through some shit, you saw it for yourself, right? Which so what does that mean? It means that most people won't understand until they see it for themselves. This is why I say question it, observe it. Question what is being said, look to understand it. And then within yourself, look to see what you care about. What are your priorities? Why do you care about the things that you care about? Now, this may seem a lot of work for people, but again, it comes down to what you care about. If you're listening to this and like, whatever, dude, just tell me the information, tell me the 5 steps. If you're just listening to this with a mind that's just, you're getting into this with conclusions, you have no intention to change, no intention to make adjustments, no intention to understand yourself, no intention to break your limitations, no intention at all. You're just going into this to just want to feel good for the moment. Then you're never going to understand. The confusion makes sense. The confusion makes sense, fam. How you feel makes so much sense. Look at yourself in the mirror. And I'm always telling people to go do this because this is very, very important. And I'm talking about the psychological mirror. You can look at yourself in a real mirror, but look through you. Look at what you care about. Look at what you get offended by. Look at what you find important. Look at what you value. These are the things that no one can see, right? You're just walking by, you can't really see it, but the results make sense, which then you can see based on one's actions what they prioritize, because action expresses priorities, right? Think about it. We do what we do for a reason. You react the way you do for a reason. You feel the way you do for a reason. Now, do you understand why? Do you care enough to understand why? So, for so many people, right, they won't understand until they grow into the person who will, until it comes the time where you see it for yourself, right? This is why fears come to an end the moment you see the fear for yourself. I'm afraid to do this, but then you're like, okay, well, let me go do it. And then, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, wow. It changed instantly. Everything just changed, right? This is why when you have a fear is the biggest illusion of them all. You can look at the fear and say, okay, let me go see that for myself. Now, we're talking about psychologically. Psychologically, if you do that, you can see, okay, I'm afraid of this. Or then you make assumptions too, right? Make these assumptions, have these conclusions. People are just moving. People are just moving, and the decision is already made before the choice becomes available. Think about that, fam. The decision is already made before the choice becomes available, and it's based on who you are. It's like, oh, this is my conclusion about this, and that's it. That means before the choice, even this or this, she's like, you already made the decision. And the older one gets, the more stuck to their ways they become. So many people learn how to just maneuver within the misery, or maneuver within the lost, or maneuver within the pain. Like, I've just been going through this for so long that I just already know how to ease the pain, soften the blow. Because the energy that it takes, which is not impossible, you're just too afraid. The energy that it takes to change a priority, to change a perspective, something that most people are unwilling to do. And again, it's not impossible. It's not impossible because you're always one decision away, one priority change away. The thing is, when you change your priorities, everything around you changes. When you change your priorities, right? Everything around you changes, fam. With a change of priority comes a change in relationships, change in environment, change in the moves you make and the direction you're going. Think about how important priorities are. We hold on to these things simply because we want to maintain this lifestyle that we know. Okay, let me maintain this. If I were to change my perspective on something, then this may ruin a relationship here. This may ruin a opportunity here, or a comfort zone here. It may ruin this group I'm a part of. It may ruin the lifestyle I built up to this point. So do you really want change? Do you really want transformation? Do you really want to understand your problems so you could put an end to the known and jump into the unknown? Do you really want to understand yourself? Because the moment you do so, fam, there's no going back. There is no going back to your old ways, to your old lifestyle, to the old moves you've been making, to your old thoughts. The moment you choose and decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to go be the best version of me. I'm going to understand myself. There's no going back. Once the mind is open, it can't go back, fam. It can never go back. So you need to have a serious conversation with yourself. This is why here I said the day one sees the truth for themselves, it's mind blowing because no matter what I say, again, you're receiving this from your perception, your point of view. You're being pulled psychologically in 100 directions right now. You got a lot of things going on in your mind. But the moment you see what I'm saying as truth, it clicks. Boom. Instantly. Everything changes. There is no motivation. There is no discipline. It's straight up a perspective change. It's the most consistent thing that can ever happen, right? The most consistent thing that can ever happen to you is a perspective change. Why is it the most consistent? Because once you change your perspective, like, oh, no, I get it. That's it. I'm doing this. That's it. I get it. That's what I have for you guys today, fam. Appreciate all of you for listening in. If you found this episode valuable, please, again, like, comment, and subscribe. If you could do your boy a favor, share this with somebody you know. and I will always catch you guys next time. Take care, fam. I love you. Peace.